Hey guys, welcome to another life transforming episode with Emeka Lawrence. Here we share life transforming content that will shape your life and destiny. Please stay tuned, and while you do that, make sure you share, like and subscribe. Even as we share more content that will shape your life and destiny. What is the major breakthrough you've been waiting for? The access you've been looking for has been hidden in something that looks insignificant and of little reputation. What if your next level is not guaranteed by the more money you've been looking for, more connections you've been expecting, more certifications you've been working towards, but by very little insignificant things you may not have even considered of great importance in your life and destiny? David, for instance, was a shepherd boy. He didn't have a sword, he didn't have an armor, he didn't have the military experience. In fact, when he was about to face a giant, they had put upon him the armor that would qualify him to become a soldier. It means that by experience, by training, David didn't have the prowess, capacity to face a giant. But you see, he made a striking statement. He said, "Put off these things from me, because I've not tried them." So all David had to face a giant was a sling and a stone. By default, that will never be enough to face a giant, not more delivering a nation. So David didn't have all it took. He didn't have any. In fact, he didn't have a percentage of what it took to defeat a giant. It is shocking to say that David didn't have a sophisticated weapon. His sling didn't look impressive. The same sling could defeat a giant that trained soldiers were running away from. People keep on waiting for perfect conditions, perfect opportunities to do certain things they need to do for their life and destiny. But David had a sling and a stone, and then he brought down someone that terrified mighty men for 40 days. To see the discrepancy between the man and the others was that he used what he had available for him. The quality of the weapon doesn't guarantee victory, but the quality of the man holding the weapon. It's not about what you have currently, it is about you. Your limitations is not by the things you possess, but it is about your person. For every place you are, God has given you all you need to enter the next phase. It could only mean that you've not found it, or you've neglected it, or you've come to a conclusion that it is not significant enough to take you to your next phase. I've successfully observed something in scriptures, and it's the fact that every time God wants to do something to a man, God wants to push a man to the next level, he would usually ask, "What do you have?" Remember the story with Elisha and the widow, who had just a little jar of oil. And to her, that little jar of oil was insignificant. It was of no importance. It didn't have any measure to take her to a new level. But you see, that same little jar of oil became the foundation for her testimony. When Jesus was about to feed thousands, all he asked was, "What do we have?" Many times our focus is what we don't have. We keep on comparing ourselves with people. We don't consider the things that have been made available for us. There is grace upon your life. Just as David found a sling, you need to look deeper into your life. You need to check within yourself. I may not have had all I need, yes. I may not have all I want to have, yes. But what do I have currently? And what can what I have do to me, do for me, and solve problem around me? It is in the use of the little you have. It is in the use of your current that you can multiply, that you can give birth to many other better things. You can't keep waiting for perfect conditions. You can't keep waiting for better times. Now is the better time. I know there may be giants around you, giants of fear, doubt, challenges, but every time a Goliath arises in the camp of Israel, there's always a sling in the hand of a David. The earlier you find your sling, the better for you. And until you use your sling, you will never have access to the sword of Goliath to cut off his head. So start to use your sling. I'm Emeka Lawrence. Thank you for joining us, and make sure you like, share and subscribe so you get more amazing content that will shape your life and destiny. Thank you.